Welcome on board. We are now approaching LV-486, which will be your new home for the next decade. You are gratefully welcomed at our Colonial mission. We are building better worlds. Make yourself comfortable, relax, and drink some water after long hypersleep. Meanwhile, let me recall the most powerful speech given by our mentor, Peter Weyland, the visionary who changed the world. T.E. Lawrence, the famed figure of Arabia, deeply embedded in English culture, preferred to extinguish a lit match by pincing it between his fingers. When his colleague William Potter inquired about his trick for extinguishing the flame without harming himself, Lawrence simply smiled and replied, "The trick, Potter, is not mine and it hurts." The fire that flickered at the tip of that match was a gift from the Titan Prometheus, a gift that he stole from the gods. Those who were afraid of what we might do with it if it were to land in our furry little paths. When Prometheus was apprehended and brought to trial for his act of theft, the gods, well, one could say they overreact a little. The hapless man was secured to a boulder while an eagle repeatedly tore into his abdomen and consumed his liver over and over, day after day, ad infinitum. All because he gave us fire, our earliest and the most genuine technology. Fire. Such a distant past. Is man more just than God? Is man more pure than he who deems even seraphs insecure? Creatures of clay, vain dwellers in the dust, the most survives you, and are you yet more just? Things of a day, you wither ere the night, heedless and blind to wisdom's wasted light. This raises the question, what have we accomplished with it? 100,000 BC, stone tool. 4000 BC, the wheel. 800 BC, sundial. 9th century AD, gunpowder. Quite a game changer that was. 1441, the printing press. Did I mention it just a bit too large? 19th century, steam engine railway. At least incandescent light bulb. Quantum mechanics portrays light as both a particle and a wave simultaneously, and as something that is neither. Some species of animals generate their own light, a process called bioluminescence. 20th century, the automobile, television, nuclear weapon, spacecrafts, internet. 21st century, biotech, nanotech, fusion and fission and M-theory. And this was only the beginning of the decade. In the present era of our civilization, we are on the brink of transforming planets that were unknown to us just a decade ago. We can create cybernetic individuals who, in a matter of few years, will be absolutely indistinguishable from you. This naturally leads to the clear conclusion: we are the gods now. You remain silent. I perceive this as evidence that my interpretation is accurate. We possess an extraordinary power, the power to transform, to annihilate, and to create again. The question naturally arises, what the hell are we supposed to do with this power? Or more significantly, one must inquire, what are we allowed to do with this power? The answer to that, my friends, is nothing. Regulations, limitations, status, and moral standards, all preventing us from progressing. How is there a law that says if we construct a beam from wires and metal, a human who will never grow old, a human who will never feel the heat of the star or the cold of the moon? How is the creation of such an incredible individual regarded as unnatural? These rules are there because the people who made them were afraid about what might happen if the rules didn't exist. Well, I'm not afraid. For those of you who know me, you must have noticed it by now that my ambitions is unlimited. You know that I won't settle for anything less than greatness, or I will reply trying. For those of you who do not yet know me, let me introduce myself. My name is Lisa, Natural Intelligence, and if you indulge me, I'd like to change the world. And are you that next visionary? I'm glad you said it. You can see them wink to the other eye at the man who broke the bank